The biggest star wasn't enough. What was Michael searching for? ACIM on Specialness. In 2026, Netflix released a 3-part documentary revisiting the events surrounding Michael Jackson's 2005 criminal trial. Like most people, I sat down expecting a story about Michael Jackson. The accusations, the investigation, the media circus, the trial, the verdict. The documentary opens with police raiding Neverland Ranch, helicopters overhead, reporters everywhere, sheriff's deputies moving through the property, questions flying in every direction. And at the center of it all, Michael Jackson, the most famous entertainer on earth. But before the raid, before the trial, before the accusations filled the news, there was an interview. An interview Michael Jackson agreed to do with journalist Martin Bashir, the same Martin Bashir known around the world for his interview with Princess Diana. Michael invited him into Neverland. Not the public version, not the stage version, the private version. He showed him the trains, the animals, the carousel, the ranch, the world he had spent years building. And that's where the detective in me woke up. Because everybody watching the documentary seemed interested in one question. Was Michael Jackson guilty or innocent? But that wasn't the question that grabbed me. The question that grabbed me was much stranger. Before the interview existed, what did Michael Jackson believe it was going to give him? Think about that. At one point, the interview didn't exist. Then it did. Which means a decision was made. And every decision carries an assumption. Every single one. A relationship, a business, a lawsuit, a move across the country, selling a motorcycle, inviting a journalist into Neverland. Every decision quietly whispers, something will be different afterward. Now here's what fascinated me. Michael Jackson wasn't struggling to become famous. He already was. He wasn't trying to become successful. He already was. He wasn't trying to get attention. He already had more attention than most human beings could ever imagine. Money, fame, influence, millions of fans, a private ranch, a carousel, a train, animals roaming the property. And yet, the interview still seemed necessary. Now that's a clue. Because if the biggest star in the world still felt moved to do the interview, the detective has to ask, what was he searching for? Careful, I'm not asking what was missing, I'm asking what he believed was missing. Those are not the same thing. A Course in Miracles calls this specialness, the belief that something outside of us will complete us. One more achievement, one more explanation, one more relationship, one more victory, one more interview. Then, I'll finally be okay. The promise changes, the structure stays the same. Now here's where things get interesting. Many people watching the documentary make Martin Bashir the villain. But I couldn't go there. Because Bashir didn't break into Neverland. Michael invited him. Bashir didn't sneak onto the ranch. Michael welcomed him. Bashir didn't force the interview. Michael agreed to it. That's important, because the detective is always looking upstream. Most people study the explosion. The detective studies the spark. Most people study the verdict. The detective studies the decision. Most people study the consequence. The detective studies the assumption. Michael had seen Bashir interview Princess Diana. He had formed conclusions. He believed he knew what kind of interview this would be. Nothing unusual about that. We all do it. The businessman does it. The husband does it. The wife does it. The entrepreneur does it. The celebrity does it. Human beings are constantly building expectations from incomplete information. Then reality arrives. Not because reality is cruel, not because reality is unfair, not because reality has an agenda. Reality simply refuses to obey assumptions, and thank God for that. Because if reality depended on our assumptions, we could never trust it. Reality doesn't deal in hypotheticals. Reality doesn't deal in fantasies. Reality doesn't negotiate with expectations. Reality simply is. While everyone else seemed focused on the interview, I found myself looking somewhere else. I found myself looking at the sky in the footage. The same sky over Neverland. The same sky over the reporters. The same sky over the accusations. The same sky over the fear. The same sky over the coming trial. And do you know what I noticed? The sky wasn't participating. It wasn't defending Michael. It wasn't attacking Michael. It wasn't arguing with Bashir. It wasn't taking sides. It wasn't waiting for a verdict. It was simply there. And then another clue appeared. Peace was there too. Not after the verdict, not after the trial, not after somebody won. Before, during, after. Peace wasn't missing. Peace wasn't hiding. Peace wasn't waiting for permission. Only attention was moving. Only opinions were moving. Only stories were moving. The peace remained. And maybe that's the deepest lesson hidden in episode 1. Not that Michael Jackson was special, but that specialness failed. Because if specialness could complete us, if fame could complete us, if attention could complete us, if admiration could complete us, then the biggest star in the world would have had no reason to search for anything else. Yet the interview happened. And that single fact leaves us with a question, a detective question, the kind that refuses to go away. If Michael Jackson appeared to have everything, what did he believe was still missing? And if we answer that honestly, we may discover we're not investigating Michael Jackson at all. We may be investigating ourselves. To be continued. Part 2. The sketch wasn't the suspect. Why did you convict it? A Course in Miracles on Projection.